Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a new episode of the Day Debate. And today we'll be talking about smart cities and their impact on changing people's lives and providing smart services to people here in Egypt. And on this topic, we're delighted to be joined by Dr. Mongy Badr. He's an international relations expert. Thank you very much for joining us, sir, today.
Good evening for you and for your viewers, and thank you very much for...
Thank you for joining us, sir.
Thanks.
Sir, we're going to start with our news for today, the top stories of the day. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi met with Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli and Finance Minister Ahmed Kojuk on Tuesday. During the meeting, President Sisi followed up on the financial performance indicators of the general budget. Presidential spokesman Ahmed Fahmy said the meeting addressed the government's efforts to implement the budget's targets and achieve financial balance. The meeting also tackled maintaining completion development programs with the aim of enhancing competitiveness in the national economy, improving productivity to achieve higher growth rates, as well as improving general budget indicators and reducing government debts. In the context, President Sisi directed to prioritize and intensify efforts to reduce inflation through integrated and consistent programs. Welcome back. And in another development, Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli expressed appreciation to activities of the Mansour Cars Group to the local market, especially the keenness on localizing the car industry in line with the strategy of the Egyptian state in this regard. Madbouli was speaking during a meeting with officials from the group to review a number of suggestions over the future expansion of the company in Egypt. Welcome back, sir. Talking about the Egyptian economy and the latest indicators of the economic performance in Egypt. What's your take on that?
In fact, His Excellency Mr. President is exerting a lot of effort to upgrade the competitiveness of Egyptian economy. So, last few days, most of us concentrate on monetary policies and how to control inflation. Today, Mr. President, he would like to look for another side. It's financial policies. And if we are talking about financial policies, we should speak about budget, and also we should speak about the social programs, and also we should look for how to increase the challenge and competitiveness of our economy. So that's why we are working in two angles. Number one, how to make substitution of our import to refresh our production system to produce for our local market. In the same time, to increase our export to outside. Number two, attract a lot of foreign direct investment. As you know, that we receive foreign indirect investment through that hot money. Now, Mr. President is giving instructions to attract foreign direct investment. We mean by this how to increase the number of factories, how to increase the number of
opportunities for investors
and engineering industries and AI industries and IT industries. In fact, I'm very happy about to see Mr. President following both sides of our main indicator of our economy, monetary policies and financial policies. Also, I would like to mention that in reality, our macroeconomic indicator is going up. Number one, inflation is go down. So this, it's a good mark. Number two, direct foreign investment is increasing. Number three, unemployment rate is going down. And also in the meantime, our export is going up. So all this macroeconomic indicator prove that we are on the right track. Maybe we are facing some challenge, but in the meantime, we conclude something positive for our economy.
Right. Sir, allow me just to go to check up this report. We're going to go to check up this report on smart cities, and we'll be right back.
Egypt's new construction boom is underway, transforming the historic country through a hyper-connected network of energy-efficient communities, providing quality jobs and sustainable living environments. The blueprint for change is based on dozens of new smart cities currently under construction. Strategy is already benefiting the Egyptian economy. Thanks to its strong economic fundamentals and the economic reform program adopted in 2016, the government was able to act swiftly to mitigate the impact of a recent world economic recession and was the only North African nation showing positive real GDP growth rate in 2020. Egypt is a large economy with robust growth and strong support from bilateral and multilateral partners. More than 15% of the Egyptian economy is directly related to construction, which drives forward the economy, creates job opportunities and enhances quality of life. To move into the modern world, Egypt needed modern infrastructure. The new fourth-generation cities have everything you can possibly imagine that would be required for high quality of life, delivering large infrastructure projects such as water treatment plants, waste treatment facilities and roads, in addition to headquarters for the cabinet, ministries, banks and financial institutions. The requirement for high quality of life is incorporated into the city's infrastructure. Smart cities are green in nature. They need skilled workers. People are at the core of the Cities of the Future program, which recognizes the requirement for high-quality education and a talent pipeline for modern industry. Part of the government's program of structural reform focuses on ICT training and the development of science, technology, engineering and mathematical schools. Located 45 kilometers east of Cairo, a new vision for urban living in the 21st century is taking shape. The new administrative capital sits at the heart of Egypt's Smart Cities program. Greater Cairo has grown to a conurbation of more than 20 million residents. The new administrative capital is Egypt's response to its population growth and the need to create sustainable communities. Positioned to become the sustainability capital of the Middle East, the new administrative capital will be home to key government ministries and foreign embassies. The government designed the new city that is technologically advanced with state-of-the-art buildings and infrastructure, as connectivity and ease of doing business are now priorities. Strategic communications, modern transportation systems and renewable energy supplies are central to the area. When it comes to infrastructure, plenty of work has been happening to connect cities. This is crucial for transportation of people and businesses to ease and facilitate connectivity. What is happening now in transportation, like high-speed lines, monorails, trains and buses, is a complete change. The same goes for energy, digital and telecoms. Beyond Cairo and the new administrative capital, smart cities are being built across Egypt, from New Alamein and New Mansoura on the Mediterranean coast to New Lo'sur in the south.
Welcome back, dear viewers, and moving on to our main topic. As we've seen in the report, the new smart cities in Egypt. How do you see the impact of those smart cities on changing the lives of Egyptians, providing different services, different types of services to Egyptians?
In fact, smart cities, it's very important for any economy wishing to compete globally and also wishing to increase the level of life for the people of Egypt. Number one, Egypt already concluded 24 smart cities, and our plan to increase this number from 24 to 38 smart cities till 2015. And in fact, this number is a big number. And before we go on details, I would like to mention the role of smart village in our economy. So I'm going to speak about the economic and the social dimension for a smart village. For example, number one, what the smart village is going to contribute in our life. Number one, improving the efficiency of public service, using a renewable and smart energy system, and also applying smart irrigation system and reducing water waste. And in the meantime, using waste sorting and recycling technology and converting waste into energy. And this technology is using now in southeast of Asia, of course, plus Europe and America. So we are copying this from Southeast Asian countries. In the meantime, developing a smart public transportation system. Now we are planning to have buses, monorail, metro, and also many other transportation means which reduce the emission of carbon. Number two, this smart village will attract investment and innovation. Why? Because of what? I should look for the countries which export money, or which have the ability to go to neighboring countries to invest. It's Europe and America and some countries from Asia, especially China and India. So in this, I should learn and plan what these people like to do in future. They are give a lot of attention to green economy, or they prefer the classic economy. They prefer to have infrastructure in good condition or no. So if you look for the last 10 years, starting in Egypt, we start in parallel ways. How to develop slums area, and in the meantime, how to build smart cities. Number two, how to achieve national security, and in the meantime, how to achieve economic development. The third point, we started to study what others would like to have if we invite them to come to Egypt. So we start with smart cities. We start with NAS, its administrative new capital. Number 2 العلمين الجديدة. Number 3 المنصور الجديدة. Number 4 الأقصر, Aswan, and many smart cities. So we expect a lot of investment to come to Egypt, and we already in Egypt now, it's #1 in Africa for attracting foreign direct investment.
Sir, talking more about foreign direct investment,
yes.
How can we give incentives to investors to start injecting money into Egypt straight away?
This #1, smart cities, this #1. Number 2, infrastructure in good condition. Number 3, vocational training for your workers to be matching with the needs of investors. Number 4, energy. You should have enough energy. Number 5, to have good large market. Number 6, to have trade agreement with your neighbor, so that it's why your market not only 100 million but more than 1 billion customers. As you know that we have trade agreement with Africa, with Arab, with Europe, and we have protocol of Quiz with United States of America. We have Mercosur with Latin America. We have free trade agreement with Turkey, and we are planning to enlarge this after joining BRICS. So we have a big market, and one of the reasons to attract foreign direct investment, if you have a big market, because this big market allow you to export your
Which we already have. I mean, we have one of the biggest markets all over the world.
We increase this, we don't mention that it's stop or enough. No, Egypt doesn't mean enough. We are looking very optimistic for the future. and also we would like to refresh our economy and to send very clear message to the private sector and the public sector. Are you ready to compete with the goods coming from east and north? So we try to push our people. It's a new era. Competition. We should prepare our society in general and the private sector particularly, how to compete with others, how to develop your products, how to match yourself and your factory with the new development, how to use IT and how to use AI in your industry. And fortunately that now we have very clear policy in industry sector. We are pushing the factories by financial dimension and also by removing all obstacles or bureaucratic measures. And now I think yesterday there is already instructions from the Prime Minister and the Minister of Transportation and Industry to all factories in Egypt, if there is Egyptian factories or for foreigners. Don't allow anybody to come in your factory except from Ministry of Industry. So that's why we have only one ministry to take care about all factories. So by this step, in fact, we remove big challenge in front of our factories. So smart village again, it's one of the main reasons of attracting foreign direct investment. Yes.
Great. So talking about green technology, I mean, green technology now has become a must all over the world.
Yes.
How does these smart cities feature green technology?
It's a smart village or smart cities. It's a green village 100% because they are using energy coming from renewable energy. This is number one. Number two, they are recycling waste again. Number three, they are decreasing the emission of carbon. Number four, they are using technology in most of their life. Okay, so smart village is applying the rules of green economy. I would like to add something. Moreover, that already Egypt is a pioneer in producing green hydrogen, because we already signed, I think, more than 15 MOU in producing hydrogen in Egypt. And the total cost of this more than $85 billion. And till this moment, we already start in constructing factories in Suez Economic Zone by around $10 billion. So we already start in this area. In fact, also, I don't want to forget tourism. It's a very important sector for us. So smart village, it will be matching with foreigners, especially from Europe and States, and maybe even from Japan. This tourism areas, especially in Al Alamein Al-Jadida. Now Al Alamein is attracting a lot of visitors. This visitor from in Egypt and outside Egypt. And our plan, because of Al Alamein, to increase the total number of tourists to Egypt by 50 million tourists. Can you imagine this big gap? Before our plan, before it was 30 million. Because we enlarge in constructing a smart village, so we are going to attract more visitors. As you know, that we have all kind of tourists in Egypt, relaxing, culture, beach. So now we can add smart cities in our list of attracting tourists from our neighboring countries.
Sir, to what extent do you think smart cities will ease the congestion in places like Cairo, for example, the capital? I think we started to feel it a little bit.
Yes, you're right. Number one, already to move all ministries from downtown
Cairo to the new administrative capital.
Okay, this number one.
We started to feel
already finished.
Yes.
All ministries now in NAS. All. Number two, to push the people to use public transportation because it's easy and cheap. Easy because you don't have traffic light. So in no time you are going to reach your destination, number one. Number two, it's cheap. Because why it's cheap? Because now the price of
gas and energy,
the product is going up. So it's better for any the staff of the ministry or private sector to use public transportation. And now we have 4 lines for metro, and also I think monorail is going to work, I think,
soon,
very soon.
I think,
they mentioned very soon. And this, it's a good public transportation, and the price of ticket, I think it's very reasonable compared with if you are going to use your private car.
To what extent smart cities are considered business hubs?
Yeah, of course, it's a very good point. Shall smart cities is going to be is helping to make Egypt as a hub of business? It could be. It could be if we continue in our direction to construct a lot of smart cities. This number one. Number two, if we pushing the government to complete infrastructure, because we already finished 85% from infrastructure, and we need to increase this percentage. Number three, if we are going to remove bureaucracies. Number five, if we are going to use technology instead of human resources. Number five, if we reduce the corruption. Number six, if we give more attention for vocational training. In fact, I am putting for the youth, if you have your university degree, in the same time and in the same level, you should have vocational training. Because vocational training, it's very important, because sometimes what you studied in university doesn't match with the needs of opportunities for job. So that's why we push our Ministry of Labor to design programs for the youth to be matching for the labor market.
Right. There are 2 phases for smart cities. The first one started in 2016, and the current one is ongoing. How far this program has turned out to be successful so far?
It's completely successful till this moment. And for only 8 years, we concluded 24 smart cities. And our plan to reach 38 smart cities. This, it's a huge success, in fact. Number two, we have our goals to reach this number by 2050 by 38 smart cities. Because of what? You already have good infrastructure, and you should use this infrastructure for investment, for smart cities, for the increasing the welfare of your people, and also in the meantime to facilitate or to ease to have job opportunity in front of teenage or youth, and also in the meantime to have your image, because it's a shame now in Egypt to have a slums area. And thanks for God, we already very soon we already we
got rid of a lot of smart
to finish this
of slum areas, and I think we're on the way.
We moved, and also we moved all the people to human building, in fact, and the human areas. And Egypt is I don't exaggerate if I mention it's the main door for Africa and the Arab countries.
Definitely.
And in the meantime, in economy, it's Egypt. In war, it's Egypt. In peace, it's Egypt. So this triangle, it's very important, and the Egyptian people should realize their home and should raise our history and our civilization. And in the meantime, we don't talk about the history. Now we are talking about the future. We are talking about economy. Economy is the future. And as maybe I mentioned before, that now the new economy is calling what? It's calling IT and AI. And IT and AI, it's the youth. And our society, 65% are youth. So that's why it's the first time in Egyptian history we have most of the element to be developed country, developed, not developing, developed countries. We have at least 80%. So rest 20%, 20% related how to provide youth with computer, with laptop, how to enlarge technology center in all governorates. Now we have 27 centers in Cairo and all governors. We would like to increase this number, and in the meantime we request to have incubators for IT and AI, especially for youth. Because it's this language belongs to youth. It doesn't belong to me. I try to imitate them. I try to use with them. I try to reach them. I try to find a means to talk to them. But at the end of the day, it's their age. It's their era. So the point now, how to maximize the benefits of this very positive elements for Egypt. Number 2, how to prepare our society. Number 3, how to reach to the youth whom like to work and to develop their skills in IT and AI. This is very important. Of course, some people will come to mention that there are many youth, Egyptian youth now, they are using cafe and go for relaxation. I'm going to tell you, yes, I see. I see a lot of them. But don't forget another part of Egyptian youth, they are very serious and they would like to do something for themselves, for their families and for their country.
Yes,
so that's why we should look for this segment of society. It's very important to reach them, not only in Cairo or Alexandria, but in south of Egypt and also to the far governorate. Adding also another point, it's social society and political parties. We should request from them to play economic role. I don't ask them to give us money. No. What my request, please, if you find elite youth or intelligent youth, tell me this guy is good and he can help you in IT and AI. I'm going to take it to put in computer in a special house for developing his skills in IT and AI. Also, not only but
adopting special skills and special talents and developing special talents of the youth, you mean?
This is very important because of what? Because everyday technology is developing and is moving from area to another area. I don't want to stop in one level. No. I should choose youth whom have the abilities to move from stage 1 to 2 to 3, and in the meantime is capable for competition for globally. This it's very important, but under one condition. This condition that this youth, they need help from their family, and their family should be patient. Because it's not classic work, it's a very unique job to work in IT and AI. In the meantime, government should push them. Private sector, the same. The same. They should push this kind, like what happened in India and China. We should push them to have and reward them. And in the meantime, it's the fashion for future. If you don't control and to develop your society for IT and AI, forget competition.
Great. So just allow me to go to this report on smart cities and their development here in Egypt. Let's check out this report.
Egypt is the world's 14th most populous country with over 105 million people, including over 47 million living in urban areas. As the world population continues to grow, cities are becoming more crowded and in need of more efficient infrastructure and service offerings. To address these challenges, Egypt is implementing a Smart Cities program that aims to improve the quality of life for its citizens and achieve sustainable development goals by 2030. Which is about making cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, resilient and sustainable. Egypt has made significant progress towards these goals, such as decreasing the proportion of the urban population living in slums from 42.2% in 2000 to just 0.9% in 2018. However, many issues remain to be addressed, such as air pollution and traffic congestion, as well as disaster risk reduction. The government launched a 5-year-long first phase of the Smart Cities program in 2016 to develop unsafe areas. The country has spent 39 billion Egyptian pounds by 2021 to finalize the development of 312 unsafe areas. The second phase, which began in 2021 and scheduled to be completed in 2030, focuses on the development of informal slums. Budget of the second phase of the program is 318 billion Egyptian pounds, which will be met by the state budget and Informal Settlements Development Fund. Construction of new smart cities across Egypt is a critical component of the country's urban development strategy. These cities are intended to provide residents with modern and integrated living environments, which include more efficient urban transport networks, environmentally friendly housing, and green public spaces, all supported by cutting-edge technology and digital solutions.
Welcome back, dear viewers. Sir, as we've mentioned, as you've seen in the report, the importance of smart cities and their development, also their impact on providing job opportunities. How do you see the significance of smart cities on providing job opportunities to the new generations here in Egypt?
Smart cities, it's a new fashion, something new. And it needs workers and the technicians and the engineers. And this, it's another door for our youth to have job opportunity. And in fact, smart cities, they are dealing with technology. So we are targeting a segment of youth. It's number 3. This job opportunities, in fact, it will be very important because we can send this the youth to outside Egypt for accumulation of experience. And in the meantime, there are foreign experts. They are working in smart cities, and from the direct contact between our engineers and the foreigners, of course, we can...
They will gain experience, different experience, knowledge they will acquire from the international experts working in the smart cities.
So this it's very important, how to arrange for program for vocational training in Egypt and outside Egypt. Because of what? We later we can send this technician to Europe, to America, to Arab countries. Yes. If we have a big number of technicians. Number 2, I think this area it will bring a lot of hard currency for our budget. Because of what? Because if we have huge number of technicians, home understanding, IT and AI, the European market, they are needed badly, and they request for 10 million Not, they would like to start with 1 million till 10 million. So this it's very needed for Egyptian economy. Because of what? We can copy the experience from India and China. They sent their youth, and after that they have a good experience, and after that they move it to India and China. And in the meantime, they encourage their graduate from university to go to Europe and to go to America.
Outsourcing.
Yes, outsourcing. So that's why Far East, they are controlling IT globally. 2 from 3 engineers globally are Indians.
Indians, yes.
So they
everywhere.
are controlling IT.
Yeah,
And in the meantime, they are working in Silicon Valley in United States of America. And of course, there is some exchange information and the programs they sent to their home. So from this point, we can mention 2 very important points. Number 1, we appreciate very much the transfer of money which we receive from Egyptian workers outside. And in the meantime, we would like to refresh our technicians and our engineers in Europe, America, and even in Far East to send their experience to Egypt, how to develop our IT, how to develop AI, how we can develop engineering products, how to develop pharmaceutical sector. This it's very important for Egypt in this time. Also, moreover, this smart cities, in fact, it will be increased from 24 cities to 38
cities. Yes, the
by
plan
2015.
is by 2050. The
By
plan
2050.
is to increase the number of smart cities to 38 by the year 2050. The question here: are there enough people to relocate in those new smart cities?
Yes, yes, yes. Because all our steps, it's according to plan. We don't mention any goal until we have the plan, the system, and also the tools, how to conclude this goal. So, in fact, we have, as I mentioned, our society, 65% are youth. So we have enough natural resources, and also we have enough youth. And also now we are increasing technology universities, and also in the meantime, Ministry of Telecommunication. Now they are increasing vocational training in IT and AI. And in the meantime, in outsourcing of IT, can you imagine Egypt now number 3 globally? And we plan to be number 2. What it means? It means that our Egyptian government is exerting a lot of effort to do what? To push our youth in this sector. Because this sector, it doesn't need a lot of money. It's a matter of laptop or computer and the programs. It doesn't need a lot of money. And it needs youth. And we have, alhamdulillah, we have a lot of youth. And
definitely, you have 65%
yes,
of the Egyptian population.
Yes, yes, you are right. So we can mention again, and we stress that it's the first time in modern history for Egypt that we have the opportunity to become developed country.
Definitely, sir. Sir, could you highlight the integrated nature of these smart cities featuring efficient transport networks, eco-friendly housing, and greenhouse spaces?
You see that we already have our decision to increase the number of smart cities. This number 1. Number 2, we have the resources. Number 3, we should develop the culture of our society to understand what the needs for smart cities, how we can prepare our family, ourselves, our youth to deal with smart cities, how to keep the infrastructure in smart cities, how to deal with it with this tools in very gentle way, how to keep it. So that's why I have an experience. I visited China from around 22 years, and the area industrial cities or smart cities, they are issuing a special card. Nobody come in unless you have this card.
Yes.
And this staff or workers, before they come in, they have vocational training, how to use with the machine, how to use with the foreigners, how to keep learning, how to be patient. Yeah. And in fact, Chinese experience, in fact, it's a very good experience. We can have lessons from this. We can have lessons, not to move all the experience, no, because something is suitable for Chinese society and it doesn't not, or it's not fit for Egyptian society. In the meantime, this smart cities will diversify our economy, because many people mention that Egypt, it has very classic department for economy. No, we are diversifying. We have AI, IT, smart village, green economy or green hydrogen, and also we have cities for pharmaceutical city, and in the meantime we have relaxing tourism, and also we have conference tourism, we have culture tourism, and also even yacht. Now we change our law to allow yacht to come in to Egyptian port in 30 minutes, half an hour, before it takes 3 days or 4 days. So we are developing legislation, we are developing infrastructure, we look for developing the culture of Egyptian. We would like to put our youth on the right track for competition, regionally and globally. And also in the meantime, we are diversifying our economy, not count on one sector. No, we have many sectors, and in the meantime, we look for future. What's the future? The future is IT and AI, and also smart cities.
So, despite reduction in slum areas so far, now, does the issue remain significant with 22 million Egyptians still living in slum areas?
In fact, I have reservation about this number. 22 million are living in slum areas. I wanted to review this number because of what? In the report, I heard the report very well, and you mentioned that we decline the percentage to 1%. How come is this number? So I think this number, it's not correct 100%, because most of slum areas already developed or removed, and they have housing in very good area, and they have all the facilities in that area. So
I mean inside Cairo and outside Cairo?
Yes, because of what? If you look for, if you start with Cairo, you have New Giza, New Bani Suef, New Fayoum, New Mansoura. New Mansoura. Yani every government, it has a new city. So how come? This number one. Number two, we cannot talk about smart cities and we have slum areas of 22 million Egyptians. It will be shame. So that's why if you follow what happened since 10 years, we start with infrastructure, and after that it's a slums area. So slums area, it was everywhere. Now
there is a great reduction, of course. There's a great reduction in slum areas.
I can mention.
But I think the plan is to get rid of all the slum areas in Egypt. This is our plan.
I think by the end of 2027, it will be the end of slums
areas in
Egypt.
And
I can stress and mention to you that in slums area now, I think not more than 5 million in all Egypt, because standard of life is going up in Egypt now, and if you follow that, the salaries of the staff is going from 600 Egyptian pound now to 6,000.
6,000, yes.
And in
This
the
is the
meantime,
minimum wage now.
Yes, this minimum wage. And also there is the program of تكافل وكرامة.
Yes.
And another program for حياة كريمة. And these two programs, United Nations consider these two programs is the best programs globally in the world. And they advise African countries to have a copy from these programs and apply in African countries. And I can mention with very clear way that حياة كريمة and كفاية وكرامة, I think they are serving now more than 60 million Egyptian now. Can you imagine? So we can mention that we are in the right track, and we have a lot of a challenge. The challenge consider of the budget. We have limit budget and a lot of hopes, a lot of goals, and we compensate this gap by attracting foreign direct investment, and we succeed in this area.
Great. And also we have the new administrative capital as a perfect model for new smart cities, of course, in Egypt.
I think it's
it's a great model.
It's a very great model, followed by New Alamein.
Definitely,
yeah.
definitely.
And
great.
Also after Alamein, it's New Mansoura. And also we hope to mention another city in Upper Egypt, to be in Beni Suef or Fayoum or
I think in Luxor.
Luxor.
Yeah.
Luxor. And also
There's
Aswan.
a new city in Luxor.
And Aswan.
And Aswan.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much, Dr. Mongy Badr, international relations expert. Many thanks for your insights, sir, and for your presence.
Yeah, my pleasure, and good night.
Our pleasure too. Dear viewers, that brings us to the end of this edition of the Daily Debate. Many thanks for watching. This has been Ramzi signing off.